Jurgen Klopp demand £85 million to monster transfer. Main risk emerges with Reds. Begin talks over. Jurgen Klopp demand £85 million to land monster transfer. Begin transfer talks over Sadio Mané. Liverpool need to land an absolute monster this summer if they want to stay up there with the big fish. And if I was Jurgen Klopp, I'd be going straight on to the club's owners to say, "Get me Jude Bellingham. I think this kid is sprinkled with stardust and has everything in his locker to be the best midfielder in the world for a decade to come. He is only 18, but there's something more about the lad than just raw talent. He's a wonderful footballer who is only going to get better. Yeah, I know he's contracted to Borussia Dortmund until 2025, but everyone knows they are a selling club and Liverpool should try and force their hand. People are talking figures in the region of £85 million to get him, but, for me, he's just the kind of signing Liverpool need to make." Don't listen to the snipers who suggest Jurgen Klopp's side have ended up having a disappointing season. They've won 2 cups and only lost the Premier League by a point to Manchester City, and a single goal to Real Madrid in the big one. Ending that way is going to hurt for a while, but what Liverpool have to do now is make a marquee signing every single season to keep up with the likes of City. If it costs £70 million plus each time, then that's the way it has to be, because it would be very easy to slip behind the likes of City and the rest. Bellingham can be whatever he wants to be, and I like everything I hear about him. He's a good pro who won't be found out on the town. His demeanour and the way he handles himself is said to be top-notch. It would be a shame if all the work Klopp has done to build such a magnificent side was spoiled by simply standing still. Other clubs will quickly catch up, so it's vital to build from a position of strength. Liverpool have players who are getting on, and the likes of Jordan Henderson, Fabinho and Thiago may be driven, but there needs to be a group of great young players nipping at their heels and trying to push them out of the team. I'd get Bellingham whatever it costs, because I could see a possible situation where you had him, Curtis Jones and Harvey Elliott as the next engine room at Anfield. It won't happen overnight, but it's not supposed to. Ideally, it's a gradual process. There's always been this myth that Liverpool don't have the budget to compete with the likes of City, Chelsea and perhaps even the likes of New Era Newcastle. But they've earned really good cash from the competitions this season. The owners must be delighted that Klopp has signed a new deal, but they have to reward that with giving him good money to bolster the squad. Klopp needs to be looking at one top player around the 27 to 28 years old mark each season to keep things ticking over. I know Bellingham doesn't fit that prototype, but he's one for the next 10 years. Someone like maybe Calvin Phillips could be brought in. It looks like they're going to get cash for Sadio Mané, but they don't have to panic into trying to replace him because they have more than enough talent in that department. Liverpool begin transfer talks over Sadio Mané replacement as club accept exit wish. Liverpool are already holding internal discussions over potential replacements for Sadio Mané and will soon make a decision on their preferred candidate, according to reports. Maine wants to leave the club this summer after 6 seasons, and Liverpool are willing to sanction an exit. The 30-year-old, who has won every major trophy possible at Liverpool bar the Europa League, in which the Reds have not played a single match since his 2016 arrival, is a target for Bayern Munich. And he is eager for a new challenge ahead of the expiry of his Anfield contract next summer. Maine joined Liverpool from Southampton for a fee of around £34 million 6 years ago and has been a massive success since. Thanks to his service 120 goals and 48 assists in 269 appearances, Fabrizio Romano reports in his column for the Anfield Watch that Liverpool are ready to accept Maine's wish to move on. But they want the right fee to do business, which will mean more than the £25 million fee that has been mooted. Bayern are expected to have to pay a fee of at least £35 million, and potentially more than £40 million, to get a deal done. Liverpool's recruitment staff are currently discussing their options to succeed Maine, and they want to secure their top target, whoever it is they settle on, as soon as possible. Liverpool also first want a replacement lined up before they agree to sell. Romano adds that despite signing the left-sided winger Luis Diaz in January from Porto, another attacker is wanted before Jurgen Klopp and co feel they can let Senegal international Maine can go. It is unclear if the new signing will be a number 9 or a wide man. Divock Origi is also departing Liverpool this summer upon the expiry of his contract, while Takumi Minamino may also be sold if a decent bid is submitted. Were all three of Maine, Origi and Minamino to leave, that would leave Diaz, Mohamed Salah, Roberto Firmino and Diogo Jota as the only out-and-out senior forwards at the club. It is not mentioned which players are being looked at to replace Maine, though long-linked options they could sign include Jared Bowen, Christopher Nkunku, Darwin Núñez and Serge Gnabry. Salah and Firmino's contracts also expire in 2023, but both of the duo are expected to stay beyond this summer, with Liverpool in talks to extend the Egyptians' deal. Diaz and Jota have both joined in the past 18 months, but the Reds still want another new forward to directly replace Maine. It is still possible Maine stays on an extra year and sees out his contract in full, but Bayern's strong interest hints a deal will get done. Paris Saint-Germain are another club who have been mentioned as possible suitors. Klopp was coy when asked about Maine's future last week. The German manager said, "Wherever Sadio will play next season, he will be a big player. Definitely. I couldn't care less about the Bayern Munich rumors. Sadio is focused on the game. It is not the first time in my career before decisive games that Bayern Munich rumors come up." Liverpool transfer roundup. Main risk emerges with Reds doing everything to sign Núñez. Real Madrid had barely lifted the Champions League trophy before Liverpool were dealt another major blow. The Reds' memorable season on a sour note, as they were beaten 1-0 by Madrid in Paris, with events off the pitch only serving to mar the occasion further. And just hours after defeat in the French capital, reports emerged that Sadio Mané would look to leave the club. The Senegal international has 12 months remaining on his current Anfield contract, but it has now been suggested he will look to leave this summer. Liverpool are said to be holding out for around £50 million for Maine, while they will only sanction his exit on the proviso of them finding a replacement. Mirror Football takes a look at the latest both on Maine's future and any players that could be coming the other way as Klopp and Liverpool look to go one better in the Premier League and Champions League next season. The Athletic report that Liverpool would rather let Maine walk for nothing, than not get the kind of transfer fee they believe Maine is worth. Having failed to reach an agreement with the forward during the season, there was an internal fear that a club from abroad could capitalise on the situation. Bayern Munich are reportedly the frontrunners, but any suggestions of a cut-price deal have been dismissed by Anfield bosses. New sporting director Julian Ward will drive a hard bargain, and there is a feeling that the Reds won't be forced into a sale they are not completely happy with. Corrello da Mancha report that the Reds, along with Chelsea, Barcelona, Manchester United and Newcastle, are all keen on signing the 22-year-old, who is valued at around £85 million by the Portuguese giants. Klopp got a first-hand glimpse of the prolific Uruguayan striker earlier this year, as he scored during the 3-3 draw at Anfield back in April.